I'm sure everyone would appreciate that Sam Carden and Ronu Majumdar, they have done a very good job of fusing the two systems.
What I did was I tried to keep as pure as possible as far as Indian ragas are concerned. I tried to match with Sam Carden's symphony orchestra, and that was a little challenge for me. It was like we have a sa, which is the main note. Sa conception very strong, and Western music does not have that. Sa conception or improvisation within the structure is the specialty of our system.
I have vast experience in creating Western cinematic sound, but none in creating Indian music, Indian classical music. And so my goal was to try and get to somewhat of an understanding of an Oriental approach to music and fuse that with my understanding of Western.
Sam coming from a Western background, we had to interact, acquaint him with the Indian system. Sam was very receptive, very understanding, very quick to grasp.
And then Yogi Chetan Swami, who is an absolute master of music, and who, in his very kind way, was able to take both of our approaches and help us to see one another in the middle, and to come together into something that was a very complete collaboration, in my view.
The fusion has come up really well throughout the film. I don't think there is any point in the film where the music or the fusion is lacking the interest. It seems to have been treated very well throughout.
Basically, see, a lot of alaps are there, which Shubhaji has done, and a lot of rag we tried with, like Bhatyar and other things, and so we did not put harmonies when it is not required.
Well, I first consider myself extremely fortunate because I know that my imperfections are many, countless, and yet to be given the opportunity to be the voice of, as you said, in a sense, somebody who symbolizes the divine, is a very big privilege and an extreme, I think it's an honor, and at the same time, there's a great sense of responsibility then. Yet to be given this chance, I feel, is a matter of divine grace. It's kripa. Yes. And I am very fortunate to have received this divine grace.
Just listening to the voice of Shubha, her voice is a symphony. It's, to me, it's the equivalent of listening to a 95-piece Western orchestra playing just in this one voice.
Nilkant is leaving home. He has lived in this city of Ayodhya. Naturally, he is attached to this city. He has been going to all these temples every day. He's going to bathe to this Saryu Ghat every day. So, how to convey it in music it was a very difficult thing. But fortunately, the Indian system of ragas, they have a whole palette of emotions to explore. Each rag having a specific mood associated with it. Finally, we could come up with appropriate treatment of that particular event.
I'm involved with this whole group, BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, and I know what it is doing for the society. So all those things really touched all of us, myself, Sam Carden, Shubhaji, and all the musician itself. They played with a lot of devotion, and that brings out the spirituality in the playing, which is beyond the perfection.
And then I went to Mumbai, and I worked with the rhythm section there, which consisted of 16 people. And I think there were 2 tabla players, 2 people playing duff, somebody playing pakawaj, and all these small percussions that were happening at the same time. And 16 people were in complete and total sync at the same time. That was extraordinary for me to see.
And also I experimented a little bit with recording a lot of tanpuras. It was so spiritual experience to record whole day just the tanpura and tuning with a lot of intensity. And I think that day was very memorable for me.
In India, each and every state, not only regions, each state has its own culture, its own musical traditions, even its own musical instruments. And so all this had to represent in the film. When Nilkant is moving through South India, naturally all the South Indian music, the way the South Indian music is a little different, a tradition, a school, and appropriate instruments which are typical of South India, like mridangam and nadaswaram, and all these instruments had to be used. In eastern part of India, near Orissa or Bengal, we brought that shloka for the Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, which is the most popular in that region. We wanted a theme music, a very short theme, which would come on repeatedly throughout the film. It had to be Indian, yet it had to have an appeal for the Western audiences as well. Just to design a theme which is just a number of seconds it's a difficult thing.
I was once really feeling very tense when I composed a theme music in the Rag Bihag. And Rag Bihag, if you put any harmony, the feeling of Rag Bihag can be compromised. But what happened, Sam was really staying with me here many days in Ahmedabad, as you know. So he learned the rag basically, and he composed the orchestra according to the rag, the symphony orchestra. So it never compromises, that way. And also I tried to bring a lot of ancient instrument into it, like Rudraveena and like instruments like Surbahar, other things, which really helped the project to go in its time, and bring the ancient sound into it. With the blessing of Pramukh Swami, I think some divine power was there, which was really helping us and really driving us to our goal. And I don't know how it all happened, but
it's only by the grace of God and Guru that these qualities come up.
Well, this experience has been life-changing for me. It's, I won't look at life the same. I won't look at music the same, but in many ways that was only a small fraction of the overall experience.
This was the best experience of my life, working in this great project.
Magical. It was a special experience that I will never forget.